In this tutorial we will be talking about how to set up FSMs to work with checkpoints when you need the FSM to do a custom reset for you. As we covered in other tutorials, anything underneath, any child underneath the checkpoint will automatically reset position and restore itself to how it was before run. But in certain situations where you need an FSM to do to remove something or reset a position yourself, we also have options for that. So first off, we'll double check and make sure that our FSM is underneath our checkpoint parent. So here we're going to use this platform lost FSM, which is just a cycle FSM of destroying the box when it falls off and respawning it. And then over here we're going to make sure it's underneath the parent, which it is, so we're good for that. We're going to go in, and the problem with this checkpoint FSM is that it's going to create a new platform, but our checkpoint's already remembering that we have this object here on start or on run, so it's going to respawn it here. So we don't want two platforms. So what we're going to do is we're going to destroy this platform if the checkpoint's triggered, but if another checkpoint isn't triggered. So that means that the player hasn't gotten past this point, has died, and the checkpoint is reset. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click in this FSM, and we're going to add a state. And the name of the state's very important. It's capital C, checkpoint, underscore, capital I, initial. Oop. There we go. And then we're going to put a finish to make sure that we're seeing it work. We're going to put this to a blank state right now. And before we put any work into it, we're going to double check and make sure that this works for us. Let's put this a little bit closer here so you can see it. Both of these at the same time. We'll run this. We're going to click on our checkpoint parent to make sure that we know we're passing the checkpoint. And we're just going to trigger the checkpoint here and kill ourselves. And make sure that this sends. We see a green to state 1. That's good. So we're going to unplay here. Now we know that this is going to trigger via checkpoint. And we know that we want to restart our FSM after we run this fix. So what we're going to do is add another state here, and then we're going to use this state here and say destroy object. And we already have our destroy object right here. I'm going to grab this, put it here, but we don't want to destroy our platform. What we want to destroy is our new platform. So what we're going to do is, I've already done this, but I'll do it again. So let's delete this variable here. So we'll come over to our create object, the object that we've created that's our double, and it says stored object. So after we create this object, it can store it as well. So we're going to create a new variable, and we're going to call it stored object. And then we're going to go back to our destroy object state over here, and we're going to switch it to stored object. So now checkpoint gets sent. It finds if we've created a platform. If so, it will destroy it. And then just to make sure that things, if you need to do anything else, you can put, anything else in this state. But for this example, we'll just use it as make sure that it's going through every state that it's finishing. We're going to put it back to start. So again, what this is going to do is on run, it's going to run the usual script. And the script is going to go cycle through and through as it destroys the platforms and respawns platforms. And then if the player passes this trigger, but dies before hitting the next trigger, which is the next checkpoint, then it will send this line of code to destroy our created prefab, and then go back and start running the sequence of code. So let's make sure it does this. So let's click on our platform lost. There you go. So we'll drag this over here. We'll make sure to kill it. Okay, so now we have a new one. So if we look over here in our variables, yep, we have our clone, which is our instanced prefab right here. So let's kill ourselves. Let's double check, because I don't think that worked. No, that worked. Alright. So that should be how to set up an initial checkpoint. In our next tutorial, we'll be showing how to set up a final checkpoint and how those two work together.